So hi everyone, my name is Agnieszka Carpenter and I'm the Executive Director of BioME. We're a trade industry devoted to life sciences and we're here to advance life sciences in the state of Maine. And we typically do this holiday mixer in December and normally it's in some nice venue with wine and hors d'oeuvres, but this time we can still have festive drinks. And we're still trying to do something like networking, so hopefully everybody will enjoy it. Of course, it looks a little bit different, but we're trying to do the best we can, and hopefully, and thank you so much for being with us today. And I hope everybody can see my slide. I just have a couple slides to go over what BioME has done in 2020, and then we'll move on and start the presentations, or as someone said in the email today, speed dating, which it's not speed dating, but something similar, something like that. Okay, so usually at our holiday mixer, I do a little recap of what we have done in that particular year. So obviously 2020 has been different and challenging in many ways, but it kept us very busy. We actually organized 11 events, 1 in person and 10 virtual. We managed to squeeze 1 in person back in January. We also launched the Why Maine campaign, which you might be familiar with. We did it with Focus Maine, who was an incredible partner for us this year. We organized Maine Bioscience Day virtually, and we were able to reach 46 schools and over 5,000 students. And I will show you a little video just talking about that event a little bit later today. We also gave out $8,000 in scholarships and awards to Maine students to advance their education or careers. And we added 3 new vendors to our cost savings programs. If you're unfamiliar with our cost savings, I invite you to go to our website, cost savings. If you are a member of BioME, you can save a lot of money using these discounts. This is just a little recap of the events that we did in 2020. We actually did quite a lot, obviously, mostly online. We started the year with our open house. That's the one here in the middle to show off our new office. This one, actually. I am at the office today because I live in Gorham and Gorham had no power today. Surprise, surprise. So, this was a good opportunity to come to Portland. And then we did a couple of coffee hours. We started them in August. They're very popular. They're a great way to connect. Here in the bottom corner, we have Dr. Shaw. That was our coffee hour back in November. But every single coffee hour, we have some amazing speakers, and we will definitely continue doing coffee hours every month in 2021. And then our signature events such as Women in Bioscience or BioME Student Showcase, we were able to rethink and redesign them so that the virtual format worked. And it really did work. And it taught us a lot of things. And it taught us that we can do some combination of in-person and virtual in the future and reach communities that we normally are not able to reach. Just a couple words about the Why Maine project. So this was a marketing campaign that pretty much summarizes Maine as a fabulous place for life sciences. For those of you who are familiar with it, I hope you like it. If you're not familiar with it, there's a really fantastic video on our website that looks like this. And it has some incredible people talking about doing business in Maine. And then we redesigned the Bioscience map of Maine, which we're very proud of. It's here on the left. And the whole Why Maine page on our website has a lot of great resources for either people who are interested in moving to Maine to work within the life sciences sectors or companies that are interested in moving shop to Maine. I mentioned Maine Bioscience Day. This was our most recent initiative back in November. We did it virtually, but we were able to reach a lot of students, and I will come back to Maine Bioscience Day later today to give you a better idea of how we did it. And I also wanted to take this opportunity, since it's our holiday mixer, to thank all of our members, sponsors, our board members, who I didn't put in here, but thank you so much, all of our friends and supporters. Thank you for your continuous support and happy holidays. Today's event is sponsored by Amgen and UPS, and our annual sponsors for 2020 were IDEX, MTI, and People's United Bank. Thank you so much. What we do is possible thanks to you, so thank you. Okay, so now we're moving to the fun part of the program today. I have some rules here so everybody understands what we're doing. So we have about 30 rapid fire presentations. And I have my nifty list here with everybody in order. And then each presenter will have 2 minutes to present, and you can use your 2 minutes however you want. If you go over your 2 minutes, we may mute you, and please don't take it against us. We need to keep a flow going. So, try to keep it to 2 minutes. And we ask that you mention your favorite holiday drink, food, or movie in your 2-minute presentation. And then we have 4 exciting prizes that we will be drawing at 5 p.m. I have my bowl with attendees here, and the condition to win is to be present at that time. So please don't leave before 5 p.m. And then I also wanted to say that the chat function is on, and I encourage everybody to say hi in the chat function. If you want to send each other private messages, that's also totally okay. We're here to connect today. We're here to network. It's supposed to be fun, and I hope that everybody will enjoy and learn something new today. Okay, with that, I will stop my screen share. And now I can see you all. It may be beneficial to, if you are seeing everybody in the gallery view, to switch to speaker view. That way you will be seeing the person who's talking, but it's up to you. And the first person I have on the list here is Justine Johnson. Justine, are you there?
I'm number 1.
You are.
Ah!
The pressure is on.
The pressure, I didn't even pour my drink yet. Well, hello, everyone. I'm very excited to kick off the networking portion of the event. I am saddened that we can't be in person, but it's great to see all of your faces. I am the local account manager for VWR, which many of you are familiar with. We are the primary scientific supplier for the Biobusiness Solutions program. I've been with VWR for just over a year now, after spending my previous life doing research at the bench, mostly in molecular biology and genetics. I spent about 10 years at Bowdoin College in a genetics lab there. And I miss my time at the bench doing, hard science, but what I really enjoyed most about this transition to working at VWR is really being able to visit with and learn about the exciting research and bioscience projects that are happening throughout the state of Maine. It's really amazing to see what's going on, both in the education sector and the private sector. I really enjoyed being a very small part of those projects and helping to find some creative solutions through our catalog of offerings. A little bit about me. I have lived in Maine for about 14 years now. I cannot imagine living anywhere else. My favorite holiday tradition, one of my neighbors makes, it's in my ball jar right now, but it's a ginger snap martini, and it's absolutely delicious. And she brings it over every Christmas Eve for me, which probably won't happen this year. So I made my own, and I'm thrilled that I get to go first today so I can pour this and enjoy it while I listen to everybody else speak after me. So feel free to reach out to me with any of your scientific supply needs, and I look forward to hopefully seeing you all in person in 2021. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much, Justine. And now we all need the recipe.
I will, I'll see if I can type it into the chat.
We're waiting. Thank you so much, Justine. And VWR has been an incredible partner for us forever. So thank you for your support as well. Okay, next person I have on the list is Gary Craig.
Hello, and I am still at the office. My employer takes a dim view of having adult beverages in the office, so I am not indulging yet. I plan to when I get home. And my holiday drink this year, I've been making Bloody Marys with gin. And there are some great scientific reasons to do that. If anyone's curious, we can discuss it in the chat. But I am here representing Elanco Animal Health. I've been doing R&D since 2012 when I got my doctorate from the University of Maine in bioinorganic materials. I went from there to the biofuels effort at Old Town Fuel and Fiber, segued into R&D at SAPI, and decided after the R&D effort that I needed to get some production experience. So I ended up in the animal health industry. And I am currently providing engineering support for tissue culture and fermentation. I've been here for a month so far, and I absolutely love it. See, that's a little bit about me. I guess favorite holiday dish. I'm planning on making cassoulet for the first time these holidays, which is basically the fancy version of baked beans. And imagine baked bean with sausage and duck in it, and that's the short version.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, it's a French thing, and I have some friends from northern Maine who are very French, and they'd never heard of it, which surprised me. So it's an actual like French thing.
From France. Okay.
Yes, French from France, not French from northern Maine.
Right. That's like when I say I'm from Poland, and then some people say, "Oh, yeah, my uncle lives there," and I say, "No, Poland."
Yeah. So I don't want to take up a whole lot of time, but I've kind of been in a couple different industries, all bio-related in Maine. Even pulp and paper is really bio-related. When you get right down to it, it's a biorefinery. So yeah, nice to meet you all.
Nice to meet you too. Thank you so much, and congratulations on your job at Elanco. Elanco is our member company, a really incredible company in Winslow, Maine. And I did a tour there, and I was very impressed a while ago. Okay, next person we have is, and I'm sorry, I may not be able to say your name, and I don't know if this person's here. Maybe let's move to the next one and I will come back. So I have Barbara Raths from Camden National.
Great. Good afternoon. I'm Barbara Raths from Camden National Bank. I am in my basement wearing a headset because I have 3 children who are all home. And you can hear Xbox and stuff going on in the other room. Like Camden Nash, I'm the Senior Vice President of Treasury Management, and I'm the International Treasury Specialist. We have international services at Camden National. I see some friends on from the Maine International Trade Center. We have a comprehensive suite of financial services at Camden National. We can provide the capital to help BioME companies grow. We have treasury management, account structure, and payment services, and we have international. And we are the largest publicly traded community bank in Maine. We work with all kinds of companies, so we like doing that. I am a daughter of a biologist. My mother is actually a biologist. She's a biology professor at Wagner College in Staten Island, New York. I talk to her every night, and she's doing her anatomy physiology classes virtually this semester. She's just wrapping up finals, but she knows Maine well, and she'll talk to me about, she ordered stuff from Baker Company. Jackson Labs is where she gets her mice. She gets stuff from IDEX. She gets stuff from Abbott Laboratories. So it's BioME is a big success because my mother in Staten Island, New York tells me all about all of these great companies in Maine. So congratulations. Happy holidays, everyone. I celebrate always with ice cream. Doesn't matter what holiday, always my go-to.
Do you have a favorite brand or flavor?
My favorite is ginger. Hard to get.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you so much, Barbara. Next one I have is Sabrina Gormley from Northeast Lab.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sabrina Gormley with Northeast Labs. I am the account executive there, and I focus my efforts on developing and strengthening the relationship with current customers as well as recruiting new customers. And I oversee marketing efforts. Along with that, I work out of the Winslow branch, and we also have a facility in Westbrook, Maine. In our Winslow facility, we have a full culture media production facility. We can make plated augers, broths, diluents, dyes. I know we make a lot of products for Lanco and Jackson Labs and all of those wonderful companies in Maine as well. But we also make products for a lot of national companies and international companies as well. A lot of big pharmaceutical companies, well-known colleges with healthcare studies and veterinary studies. So we have a broad spectrum in our culture media manufacturing. Our facilities also have a full analytical department. So we do water testing, radon testing, soil sampling, environmental chemistry testing. We have a food micro lab. We have an indoor air quality lab, lead, asbestos. I mean, it goes on. So we kind of have a full gamut going on between our two facilities. And I came to NEL because my spouse needed a change. And so I jumped on the ship with him and we moved to Winslow from Dover Foxcroft. He and I both worked at Puritan for a number of years. I was there for 10 years. He was there for 20. And he just returned to Puritan, but while I was there, I made some really great connections from them. And as we know, they're succeeding very well right now with COVID. And so I am just so happy to see all of these Maine companies really succeeding and excelling through this pandemic. So if anyone has any questions about testing or media products, by all means, give me a call.
Thank you so much, Sabrina. Did you want to share your favorite holiday treat, drink tradition?
So it's not for Christmas, but for Thanksgiving, I have been the designated person that needs to make what my family tradition calls a black bottom pie. I don't know anyone outside of the family that's ever heard of it. It's a custard-based pie. I don't have a clue where it came from, but there are only 3 of us that know how to make it. And so I make 11 black bottom pies every Thanksgiving.
That sounds amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. And I definitely second what Sabrina said about the success of Maine Bioscience companies this year. And Sabrina mentioned Puritan, you know, just growing exponentially. But Northeast Lab is our member company, also a really great company. So thanks so much for sharing. Next person I have, and the discussion in the chat took a really alcoholic turn there, which is okay, just throwing it out there. All of our cocktail recipes today, if you had a chance to look at them, were created by our very own board member, Dr. Christy Townsend. We'll be forever grateful for those. Take a look if you haven't seen them yet. Next person to give a presentation is Debbie Oken from KMA.
Hi, thanks so much for having me. I am the Business Development Director for KMA Human Resources Consulting. We are located in Falmouth. We are now up to 40 employees. We have grown like crazy in the last few years, and we really serve clients all over the country, but primarily in Maine, New Hampshire, and Mass. So what's HR consulting? It really is being the company's HR partner in all things HR. So it might be HR advice, it might be employee relations issues, it might be policies. We have a compensation analyst on staff. So if you have compensation issues or questions about certain positions, or you want a salary scale created for your entire company, we can do that. We also have a very growing and robust recruiting division. Actually, interesting that Sabrina brought up Puritan, because we're honored that they've been a client as well in 2020. So we're pretty honored about that. Really, it's just being your HR partner. And we're not like any other, I think, HR consulting. We charge hourly for our services. So a company might front end the work for a couple of months to do an HR assessment, figure out what's going on there, maybe write job descriptions, maybe help hire, maybe do comp analyses, whatever. And then we don't hear from them for a while. And then 6 months later, they have another need or something's happening. So we really develop pretty significant HR partnerships over the long term, been in business for 14 years. I'm proud to say that many of our clients have been with us almost that long. I love to talk HR. I came from an HR background. I was HR director for the legislature for 9 long years, I guess. And I'm thrilled to be with KMA. I've been there now here for 6 years. Always love to talk about HR in companies, anything from 10 employees to 1,000. The work that we do, of course, changes based on the size of the company, but HR is HR. And we also are proud to say that we have a number of clients in the biotech, bioscience area. So we've got a lot of experience and we love to talk about HR. So thank you again for this opportunity.
Thank you so much, Debbie. And I just want to say that we have used KMA services before and we were very happy. So I would highly recommend that company. Next person we have is Corey Johnson from Maine. Corey.
Hi, I'm Corey. I'm a third-year PhD student at the University of Maine in the Graduate School of Biomedical Science and Engineering. I'm really mostly here just to see all the different people that are associated with BioMaine and to get an idea of different opportunities that we have in the state for after I graduate. I don't really know what I want to do yet after, so that's kind of nice to get more and more understanding of what we have here. The other thing I was going to say is that I have one big tradition in my family with the holidays, and that's to watch Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So, yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I'm actually just introducing my children to all of these holiday movies and we're loving it as a family. So I highly recommend doing it every weekend. That's what we do every weekend. And thank you, Corey, so much. Good luck with your future endeavors and please stay in touch. Maybe, we have a lot of events where you can learn a lot about the industry here in the state. Okay, next person we have is Caitlin Stieber from Maine, and Caitlin took part in our BioMaine Student Showcase back in April and had a really great presentation there. So Caitlin, hi.
Thank you. Hi, so I'm Katie Stieber. I'm a third-year graduate student through the UMaine Graduate School of Biomedical Science and Engineering, just like Corey. And I'm completing my dissertation at MMCRI in the lab of Lucy Liao, where I'm studying the interaction of fat and smooth muscle and cardiovascular disease. So I'm specifically really interested in understanding how this works in humans. So I work with a lot of human samples and work with engineering new ways to study human samples in 3D and cell culture. So that's a lot of what I've been doing recently, and I'm working on trying to develop more of my clinical skills and knowledge, and like Corey, starting to conduct informational interviews with people outside of the direct PI positions just to get an idea of what's out there. And my favorite holiday tradition with my family is every year we watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. And we can't get through a single holiday gathering without at least 6 quotes from that movie.
That sounds fabulous. Well, I think we would need to wait for my kids to get a little older, but that's a good one. Thank you so much. Next person we have is Raquel Sherwood from Avantor.
Hello, everyone. I just joined the call like precisely 3 minutes ago. So I will start by introducing myself. So I'm Raquel Sherwood. I'm the life science specialist for VWR/Avantor. Before coming to this company, I did my training at Brown in pathogenic yeast, so Candida albicans and Candida lusitanii. I did a postdoc at Yale studying Legionella pneumophila. Here in my role currently, I support our sales team, our New England sales team, so all the way from Maine to Boston, Cambridge. And as you folks, scientists and researchers are working on your projects and you have questions about kits, projects, products or reagents, or if you're looking for a better way of doing something and you reach out to your account manager, if she's stumped, I work very closely with her to try to help make your lives just a little bit easier. So that's my role with the company. So I work alongside Justine Johnson, and I believe she presented or she spoke first. And beyond that, I guess holiday traditions. So I'll say something like this. So like one of the things that I learned this year is that how important it is to stay close to family and friends. And I realized that I hadn't always done such a great job of doing that, but being stuck at home, working from home, I feel a lot more connected to my friends that live close and also far away because we're talking on the phone and text messaging. And it reminds me of things that I used to do, so traditions of the past. So one of the things that I used to do is I used to do a lot of baking on Christmas morning. So I'd get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning, do all this crazy baking. And then when my family would wake up, they'd have all kinds of like fresh baked goodies, like cinnamon rolls and apple rolls. Have not done it in years, but I'm definitely doing it this year. So that's me. Thank you for having this little time for all of us to get together.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us, Raquel. And as I said, BWR has been a really incredible partner for us throughout the years. And next on my list is Matthew Gilbolt from Novartis, our member company.
Hi, Agnesia. How are you? And welcome to everyone. Thank you for having me. I will be brief. My name is Matthew Gilbolt. I'm State Government Affairs with Novartis. Novartis is a pharmaceutical manufacturer, which I'm sure everybody is aware of, based in Basel, Switzerland. We are concentrating on innovative new therapies, including gene therapies, and have some really exciting rollouts. I am going on my 3rd year now with Novartis in State Government Affairs. I represent Maine, New York, and Vermont. I am, as you will all say, from away. I am in upstate New York, although I have been accused of living in Maine because I'm so frequently at the state capitol that everybody knows my face there. I have had the pleasure of working with BioME on my 1st year here on the biosimilar substitution law, working with our retained counsel and very successful in that regard. And then last year, working with Heather Sanborn on a redefinition of epinephrine autoinjectors to broaden the scope of the ability of programs to use more than just what we call an EpiPen to other delivery devices and expand the access to epinephrine and hopefully lower the cost as well. Next year, we will be working very closely again with BioME on cardiovascular and heart disease, most notably ASCVD, and raising the awareness of the fact that heart disease is the #1 killer in the United States. And I don't really think that it gets the attention it deserves, but we will try to remedy that. So thank you very much for having me. Oh, holiday traditions, right? Holiday traditions for me, every single one of them involves Charlie Brown and Snoopy, right? And whether it's the Thanksgiving one or whatever it is, but the Christmas one is the best, right? And when Linus is on screen, on the stage, and the light focuses on him, I mean, this goes back to when I was a little kid, right? And they're still showing it. That's, I think, my favorite tradition. So thank you.
Thanks so much for sharing. And even though you're from away, welcome, Matthew. This is coming from a person who's permanently from away, but I'm trying. I really love Maine, guys. Okay, next person we have is Kate Green from Owl's Head Solutions.
Sorry, had to unmute myself. I wasn't sure how formal this was supposed to be, so I'm going to show a very quick presentation if that's okay. 2 minutes, I promise.
That's fine.
I'll share my screen. Okay, so we are Owl's Head Solutions. There are more than 200 companies and organizations working in the biosciences in Maine, but only one creative agency working in this space, and that's us. So we're a full service branding, design and development agency specializing in healthcare, health advocacy, public health, and sexual reproductive health and rights. We're a mix of in-house designers and developers, digital and creative strategists, and project managers. We also have a great network of other creative professionals to help round out our capabilities as needed. Working this way helps us to provide large agency ideas through the benefits of a small agency relationship, such as fast responses and amazing customer service. Here you can see a list of some of our clients and brands that we work with. Many of these I expect share the same design needs as you have. We've worked alongside research agencies such as the CDC, the Population Council and Gender Health, RTI International. We work with healthcare clients such as Janssen, AstraZeneca, IDEX, and Amgen, a couple of your sponsors, to break down a complicated story, disseminate crucial health data, and spin it into visuals that anyone can understand. So how can a team of 10 work on projects for such massive high-profile organizations? It's really because we believe in solutions, not problems, and it's really that simple. So as a creative partner who understands your needs, we'd like to know, what story do you want to tell and how can we help? So you can contact me at KG@OwlsHeadSolutions or check out our new website at owlsheadsolutions.com to see some of our latest case studies. In terms of my favorite holiday movie, I'm going to have to say Muppet Christmas Carol. Just watched it this past weekend. I first was going to say Scrooged, but they're both the same story in a different way. So I guess really it's the story of A Christmas Carol that I love. So anyway, thank you for your time.
Thank you so much, Kate. I will definitely go to your website and maybe we can talk offline later because I think you have something very interesting going on there. Thank you for sharing with us. And now it's time for Mark Foster from People's United Bank.
Well, it's so great to be a part of this time of year. Such a wonderful time to visit with everybody. I just feel like I don't even know where 2020 went. Kate Green, it's great to see you. It's been years. I really, just thinking about I know it's so nice to see your face. It really is. I'm Mark Foster. I'm the regional market manager for the greater Portland market here for People's United Bank. And the purpose of why BioME is so important to us and also me personally, and I'll start with us, is look, as a regional $60 billion asset-based bank, we know we're going to have to help not just our small business retail customers in the area I work in, but we certainly have our share of commercial customers in the Northeast. Healthcare is a big focus for us. It's extremely important to see the success as we come out of the transition of this new administration. We know healthcare is going to change. And when I think of the big three items next year, healthcare and any kind of biomedical technology, if you will, is important not only to the country, but it's certainly important to me personally. I have a sister that has had stage 4 colon cancer for 13 years. And there is a company out of Tennessee that is going from phase 1 to phase 2 that is one shot and could remove a lesion from pancreatic cancer, colon cancer, as well as melanoma. So look, I speak from a professional standpoint, but I also speak from a personal standpoint. All of you on this call, I congratulate you on the work that you're going to do, not just this past year through COVID, but also into 2021. And we at People's United Bank are just excited to see what unfolds this next year. My favorite drink this holiday is going to be champagne for sure. It's time to pop a bottle of champagne. As you all know, I got something from Maine Health today talking about the vaccine coming out. Moderna's coming out shortly, hopefully, if it's approved, which most of us feel it's going to be. I'm super excited about that because I'm a guy that just loves to hug people, and I've come from a very big family. I'm the last of 7 with 32 nieces and nephews. And so my Christmas tradition, if you will, is buying children's books. And my favorite one this year is The Golden Egg by Yul B. Wise. Excuse me. It's a great children's book. My personal favorite was, God, I can't remember the tree, the green book with the, thank you, the giving tree. But look, it's just great to be a part of this experience with you all. I'm excited to hear what everyone's got to say this year, and especially in 2021. And at People's United Bank, we're certainly really concerned about fraud. Just if you're not aware, fraud is up 64%. And our prediction as a financial institution is next year, 2021, is going to get worse. In the middle of a pandemic, we rolled out what you call Always Checking. It's a free online digital marketing service. What we're monitoring is not just your accounts with us, but things like your passport, your children's social security numbers, as well as things like your email address on the dark web. Go to peoples.com, take a look. If you're concerned personally, and you should be, make sure you're talking to your bankers today. And if not, please reach out to us. We'll be happy to have a conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mark. And I should say People's United Bank has been a great sponsor of ours, and also our bank. And we're very happy with People's and the personal touch and the personal relationship that we have with the bank. Next we have Bobby Lamont, sorry if I'm mispronouncing your last name, with Maine Angels. And after Bobby, we're going to take a short break where I'm going to show you a video. But for now, Bobby or Barbara.
Hello, pronunciation is fine. I've been a member of Maine Angels for about a year and a half now, so pretty new to it, pretty new to being year-round here in Maine. Maine Angels is a group of individual angel investors. We invest as individuals, but we meet monthly, and it's I've been so enthusiastic that I pretty soon was made the membership chair. So I am constantly traveling the ecosystem on meetings like this. This is my second night in a row with Susan and Todd. I can't wait for you to hear about what's going on at the Innovation Center. I am excited about all things innovation, and I love a group like this that lets people overlap from our different silos. So I'm really happy to be here, and I recognize a few faces and some new ones. I love talking to anybody that's doing a startup, if they just want to run ideas by. This time of year sometimes has been hard. I celebrate Hanukkah. I am lighting the menorah this week, which actually has been really lovely to watch the light grow each day. But I am a fan of the Polar Express. I loved Chris Van Allsburg, does wonderful children's books with no words. And those were favorites. I raised 3 boys who are now adults. And I love that I live here on the Eastern Promenade, and on the weekends I can hear the little choo-choo train. And it's nice this time of year to feel like the Polar Express is right out my door. So I am super enthusiastic about being in Maine full time. Thank you.
Thank you so much. My kids love the Polar Express. I do too. It's such a great movie. Thank you for sharing. As I said, now we're going to take a very short break. So I mentioned that back in November, we did Maine Bioscience Day virtually. Normally we send volunteers, some of them are here today, middle schools, to talk to kids about science, which, believe me, is not that easy. But we found a way to reach them this year in a different way. And I wanted to show you how we did it. So the video is only 2 minutes long, and I hope the quality will be okay. Bear with me for a second. Okay.
Hi, I'm Patrick. Welcome to Maine Bioscience Day.
2020 called for a reimagining of Maine Bioscience Day. COVID-19 restrictions meant our traditional program of bringing volunteers into schools for live presentations wouldn't work. Instead, we went virtual, creating lesson plans for teachers and producing a series of videos to enhance those lessons. We profiled 3 Maine scientists: Tori Dennis, an associate scientist at IDEX, Chuck Lebelzik, a vector-ecologist at the Maine Medical Center Research Institute, and Patrick Breeding from Marin Skincare, who served as our guide through all the videos.
There are hundreds and thousands of career paths that you can choose from in the field of bioscience.
Using a combination of video and written materials, middle school students were able to learn about genetic traits.
Can you roll your tongue into a U shape? Let's try it. It looks like we both can.
The hands-on PTC test activity also turned out to be a big hit.
Did you taste anything?
No.
I didn't either.
46 Maine middle schools signed up to take part in Maine Bioscience Day, double the number that participated last year. The virtual format also allowed schools from across Maine to participate, including Greenville and Presque Isle. Those schools and many others also took part in our live Q&A sessions where students were able to interact directly with the scientists.
I can have 96 wells of cells, and I can test 96 different antibodies at the same time.
In all, more than 5,000 students took part in this year's Maine Bioscience Day, and the feedback from educators has been very positive.
We were so impressed with 2020's programming. Maine Bioscience Association took pretty much everything into account for remote, hybrid, some combination of learners. The students so enjoyed hearing from local scientists doing cool jobs. It was their first time really being exposed to genetics. They really enjoyed doing the traits inventory.
In an unprecedented learning year for Maine students, we found a way to engage more schools and students in Maine Bioscience Day and hopefully inspire the next generation of scientists.
Okay. I hope that video showed exactly what we did and how we did it. It speaks many words, I think. It was an incredible experience. We got a lot of really good feedback from teachers. And I think the most rewarding part this year was just getting to the communities that we normally can't find volunteers for. So everybody was happy. We were too. And hope you enjoyed the little Maine Bioscience Day break. But now we're going right back to our presentations. And the next person on my list is Sarah Rivest from Mesoscale Discovery.
Hi, everyone. My name is Sarah Rivest, and I grew up in Saco, so I'm a native Mainer. I moved just 9 miles up the road to Scarborough. I take Christmas very seriously, as you can tell, but I recognize some of your faces from my previous days at IDEX and Eppendorf. But I am now the Business Development Manager for Mesoscale Discovery, also known as MSD. So if you're not familiar with our company, we are a global company specializing in multiplexing immunoassays. Most recently, we were able to apply our expertise and we were the chosen provider for all of Operation Warp Speed's and Moderna's clinical trials. They utilized our validated serology SARS-CoV-2 panel. And so what made our plate a little different was that it didn't look at all 10 different antibodies, 3 of the most common with COVID-2, the spike, the RBD, the nucleocapsid, but we were also able to look at other circulating coronaviruses and flus, helping to fast track that Moderna vaccine and get that on the market. So what does this, or what could it mean for your research if you were to utilize MSD? Obviously, if you're in the COVID space, you'd be able to take advantage of those great validated panels. But we do offer everything from ELISA replacements to immunogenicity and clinical trial testing. We have over 700 off-the-shelf kits. It's a very, thanks Barbara, it's a very flexible platform for assay development, giving you the ability to easily customize your own multiplex. You can add your own drug or target of interest, all done with under 4 hours of time. We do offer the fully fit for purpose validated kits, ideal for any stage of your development pipeline. We do have a GLP lab available for you for any biomarker screenings, sample testings. If you need any custom services, we can, if you're looking to outsource any of your development projects. So I really look forward to supporting your research in the state of Maine and your research efforts moving forward. I hope we can all meet in person next year. But I do love everything about Christmas. I don't know if you can tell that my sweater is actually flashing, but my favorite tradition is certainly decorating the tree. We always would get an ornament every year. So it's really fun to go down memory lane as you look back on previous memories with your family. And I'm really grateful for this group and for the growing presence of biotechs in Maine. So thank you and happy holidays.
Thank you so much, Sarah, and happy holidays to you. I think that's a tradition I may have to start, just getting a new ornament every year. I mean, I get them anyway, but maybe some that have meaning. Like in 2020, did you see those ornaments with a Santa and a mask? That could...
I unfortunately have one of the toilet paper roll ones.
You actually got one?
Yeah. I'm a sucker for anything Christmas.
Hopefully we'll just laugh at it in the future.
Yeah.
That's my hope. Thanks again. Okay, next person we have is Michael Ludwig from Maine PTAC.
Hi, everybody. So one of my favorite traditions, I'm not only this formal, but it's this old tie that I always like to wear at this time of year. Let's see if I can so you can see it. But another one, Katie Green, is we watch A Muppet Family Christmas, which went out of print when Mr. Henson passed away. He had problems with his estate, so it's very hard to find, but we managed to keep our original copies, and we watch The Muppet Family Christmas every year. So I'm with Maine PTAC. It's PTAC. It stands for Procurement Technical Assistance Center. We're an economic development, business development program that helps small businesses. We were actually created by an act of Congress back in the 80s as a result of stories you may have heard about $600 toilet seat and $400 hammer and those types of things. We are funded through the Department of Defense. We are hosted in Maine at Eastern Maine Development Corporation, and there are no fees for our services. You know, governments buy just about every product and service imaginable. We're talking not only federal governments, but state, county, municipal governments in Maine and across the country. So you have thousands upon thousands of potential customers. Governments buy everything from pencils to airplanes and everything that goes in them. Certainly roads, buildings, services from cleaning services to HR, design, and high-tech bioservices. There's a great need for subcontractors. No business is too small to use our services. We have one-on-one counselors statewide that help businesses find bids, win bids, and successfully perform on contracts. In the state of Maine, our small business clients do about $400 million a year in government contracting. You can find out more at our website, which is maineptac.org. We have online training. We host industry days and matchmaking events where we put government agencies and large prime contractors together with small businesses. And feel free to reach out to us for more information. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Thank you so much, Michael. I also should tell you all that after this event, probably tomorrow morning, we will be sending a list of contact information to all of you so that if you would like to connect with any of the participants, you'll be able to do so. And this includes all of the presenters today. Okay, so next person I have is Nat Whitney from Whitney Research. Hi, Nat. Unmute.
There we go. Well, welcome everyone and happy holidays. I do have my Christmas shirt on. That's as festive as it gets for me. And I guess I'll start by saying one of the big family traditions that we have is Thanksgiving. And I'm from Ocean Park. I've been coming to Ocean Park for 78 years, including before I was born. And now most of my family lives here. And at Thanksgiving, we've had as many as 53 people, including some delegations from China I had over here who came and experienced Thanksgiving with us. Part of that tradition is no matter what the weather, we go down on the beach and we play football. So we've done it in the ice and we've done it in the rain. This year it's been a little bit different for everybody, but that's our tradition. I guess what I'd like to do is let you know a little bit about my history. Todd Keeler, who will be speaking, and I worked many years ago for Corning Medical. And many of the businesses up here were spinoffs from Corning Medical. including Abbott, which was founded by Binax, or which was called Binax and founded by a colleague of mine, Roger Piazzio, who passed away a couple of years ago. But they've been the big star in Maine. But we have so many Maine companies, as we've been hearing here. We're so lucky to be in Maine, which really nobody seems to understand that this is the center of IVD and components that go into IVD. I left, I was with Corning for 31 years and left to start my own company, which was at that time Whitney International. And we exported, we helped companies who were exporting, and we were a reseller in China for them for 10 years. So we really pretty much understand the way business has been done in China. I'm a member of the World Affairs Council of Maine, where I'm the go-to China person. I've been in China since 1983. I did some technology transfer of blood gas and chemistry analyzers in China back in the 80s and had an office in Hong Kong. And more recently, we've been doing market research. It's called Whitney Research. And we don't sell any reports, canned reports, but instead we work to specifics from companies. And we've done for the most major companies, for Abbott and Roche and Beckman and others. And so we do the specifications that they want to look at in China. That's what we do. Also, just recently, I've been on the, for some time now, I've been on the organizing committee for AACC, their international market briefing. And we just had that a couple of days ago. Maybe some of you may have tuned into that. One of the things that I've been kicking around recently that I'm going to get serious about this year is doing, whoops, that must be my heart monitor. I'm joking. Now, one of the things I would like to do is organize to put Maine on the map, not only in the US, but in China as well. We've had our own booths there in the past. And what I would like to do is have a Maine booth where maybe our slogan is as life science should be. And maybe encourage the companies here in Maine to be able to expose Maine or expose the Chinese to Maine. In China, there are, I don't know now, 600 different companies who are doing IVD. So anyway, that's a little bit about what we do.
Thank you so much, Nat. And I like that slogan a lot. Let's talk about it. Okay, next we have Steve Joseph from Brex. Steve is not in Maine, but he's a great supporter of Maine. Hey, Steve, you need to unmute.
I turned on my video, but not the audio. I didn't know I was one of the presenters, but thank you for inviting me and including me as part of this. I had not heard the expression about being from away, but I'm from far away. I'm actually in the California, San Francisco Bay Area. But appreciate being part of this. Love this group and have worked closely with Agnieszka and BioME, both in my current job, which I'll tell you a little bit about, and also in a previous business solutions partner, a company called ShareVault that some of you may be aware of. I currently work at Brex. Brex is a credit card for life science companies, specifically for startup and young life science companies. And we have life science specific benefits, and happy to talk more about that. If anyone is interested, just let me know. I work very closely with Bob Dirth, who's also on today from part of the Bio Business Solutions programs. Christmas traditions or holiday traditions. Certainly the Thanksgiving one for me is turkey. I love making turkey and have collected two or three different kinds of, two or three different recipes that are turkey recipes that I'm not allowed to skip a year if I don't make it. The family objects, my wife and my daughter. And so every year I'm the turkey chef, and focus on that. Happy to share the recipes. One of them is a maple glazed turkey that's pretty exotic. And another one has kind of a soy-based dressing that gives the turkey an incredible color as well as flavor, obviously. Other holiday traditions are typically to share stockings and open stockings, and then but make it an all morning event. So it takes the better part of the morning in our family, which is a blended family. It's Jewish and Christian, but we spend the better part of the morning just having lox and bagels, as well as Swedish coffee bread, which my wife makes because of her Swedish background. So it's a whole blend of things that we do.
Thank you so much, Steve. And if anybody's for a new credit card, a business credit card, we highly recommend Brex. There are a lot of benefits if you're a BioME member, so check it out. We're going to have one or two more, and then I have my prize bucket. So I hope the excitement is high. Next on my list is Raya Suomela from Kennebec River.
Hi, my name's Raya. Kennebec River Bioscience is in Richmond, Maine, supporting animal health, aquatic animal health, finfish, shellfish, and shrimp, both diagnostic testing and also vaccine manufacture. So I've joined the team helping out with some IT support and operations management, primarily some IT modernization and virtualization, putting their lab database in the cloud with an Azure SQL database, and also an ERP update. My traditions here in Maine are to stay warm. My background is from Finland, but somehow I'm not hardy and I'm cold often. So cooking on the wood stove is my holiday tradition. I like to prepare a lot of food for my family members. In fact, I have a pot of soup on the stove as we speak. And also my Scandinavian background, it's more of a New Year's holiday. We have a sauna, so sauna for everyone. A drink that I recommend, I have established a new practice in our family with Wes McCoy Vinegar Works, blueberry vinegar in a gin drink. So that's what we have here at the house in the winter. So thank you.
That sounds really cool. So do you actually have a sauna at your house?
Yeah, up in the town of Norway, we have our family sauna on Norway Lake, and I have a goal to build mine here in Topsom soon.
Okay, and then we'll all come over.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Raya. We're gonna squeeze in one more. I have Toby Ahrens from Focus, Maine, and then we're gonna draw winners.
All right, thanks, Agnieszka. And Raya, that's number one on my list this year is a sauna on my wish list for Christmas. So I'm super envious that you have one and are looking to add an extra. So my name's Toby Ahrens. I'm Program Director of Focus, Maine. We're a job creation initiative for biotech and the food economy. And I've already presented to this group during a coffee hour about our efforts in biotech, so I'm not going to revisit those, but doing great things, working with BioMaine and other partners to attract good biotech companies to Maine, and great to hear that there are a bunch of folks on the call from outside Maine's borders here, and welcome. So Agnieszka had asked us to talk about either a food or beverage that was special to the holidays for us, and it just so happens that Focus Maine does a lot of work to support growing businesses in the food economy outside of our biotech efforts. And our partners in the food economy include Maine Center for Entrepreneurs, Coastal Enterprises Institute, Maine Aquaculture Association, Gulf of Maine Research Institute, and they support a lot of incredible businesses through their programming. And so all of my favorite drinks and foods are ones that come from local companies whose stories that I love to tell. And so I put a post in the chat box. I'll put it here again so that folks can see it. If you're looking for anything for your holiday shopping list, please go here and support great companies. So Some of the ones, so for Raquel's sticky bun recipe, Raquel used Maine Grains to do it. And Maine Grains is a great group. Oh, can you see based on my background? I don't know, lots of great ones I have on my, always within arm's reach here. Kimchi, there are a couple of great kimchi companies. 30 Acre Farm is a great farm producing some kimchi. Sichi, so there's another company, Atlantic Sea Farms, that's just an incredible growing company that makes kimchi from and other cool products from kelp. They're a great one to support. For the gin recipe that was mentioned, lots of great distilleries in Maine. So take a few minutes, check out those shopping guides, support local Maine businesses that they're fellow entrepreneurs, and they are as passionate as all of you are in biotech about their food businesses, and they're passionate about doing it in Maine. So take some time, do some homework, and support some of these great companies. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Toby. This is actually a perfect segue because we are supporting local too. And we think it's super important, especially this year. So I mentioned we have 4 prizes, and the first 2 that we'll be drawing winners for are a $50 gift certificate to the Maine Craft Association. They have a great website, and it's all about Maine artists and Maine craftsmen, and you can get some really interesting things there. So now, this is the legal part. I'm not looking, I promise. And you have to be present. So there are probably some people here who are not present at the meeting today. So when I call your name, can you please unmute and just say thank you or hi or something so we know you're here. Okay, so the first Maine Craft Association gift card goes to the, okay, this person's not here because I can see right away. Okay. Erin McKay, is Erin here?
Hello.
Hey, Erin, you won a $50 gift certificate to Maine Craft Association. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much.
Okay, we'll connect with you later. Okay, here's the second one. I need a drum roll or something. I don't know, holiday music. Well, the second one I have is Susan Nestor. Do we have Susan? No, okay. Someone else will win it. Unfortunately, we didn't have time to remove people who didn't show up. Okay, so we have Jackie Sharp or Sharpie. I don't think so. Let's try again. Oh, I know this person's here. Kate Stever from UMaine.
Hi, thank you.
Sure. Okay, so those were the 2 gift certificates to Maine Craft Association. Congratulations. And I have 2 other prizes, and I'm going to show it to you. So this is our BioMe LL Bean backpack, and it's a really awesome backpack that I use all the time. So if you get it, you're really, and you get to represent BioMe on the hiking trails in Maine. Okay, so the first backpack goes to, I don't know if this person's here, Melissa Higgins. We have Melissa, no Melissa. Okay, there you go. Samantha Fleet. Nope, okay. Sorry, this is a little bit awkward, but we'll get through this.
They don't know what they're missing.
I know, right? They could be winning. I mean, thank you so much, guys, for showing up. And the backpack goes to Debbie Oaken from KMA. Debbie, are you still with us?
I am. Well, thank you so much. That's
Awesome.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay, and we have one more backpack to raffle off. Okay, let's see. Last win, guys. And that one goes to Rachel Cray from USM. I think I saw Rachel before.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, awesome. So that's done. If you didn't win, next year, guys, BioME Holiday Mixer will be amazing next year in person with lots of, you know, this is really just seltzer, I promise. Okay, let's get back to our presentations. We have about 25 minutes left. Carly Markovich from Seascapes Marine Center. Carly, are you with us?
I am. Hello. Everybody can hear me? Great. Yeah, so my name is Carly Markovich. I am the animal facility manager at the MDI Biological Laboratory in Bar Harbor. That's my current full-time job, but I am here representing Seascapes Marine Center. So a little bit about me is that I am a marine biologist that got into the biomedical field somehow along my journey, and I take care of all of the animals over there at the lab. They have big systems, lots of fish and animals like that. And so I'm getting back into marine biology by starting my own business, Seascapes Marine Center. It is a marine education center, and it was supposed to be launched in the spring of 2020. We all know how that went, though. So unfortunately, I've had to hold off a little bit and kind of change my format. We were supposed to be a hands-on institute, and the center was going to be here in Bar Harbor. It's still all going to happen, but right now I am doing virtual classrooms for schools, and I am offering free actual virtual classrooms to all of the virtual academies and schools in the area. I was really bummed that I wasn't able to do the Maine Bioscience Day, because the past 2 years I've volunteered to do that on behalf of the MDI Biolab. And this year was going to be my first year doing it for Seascapes. So hopefully next year I'll be able to bring some animals in, but I do have a couple animals for you guys to show you real quickly. So I'm sorry, animals like this one here in my little sea star, and sea urchins like that beauty right there. And I'm killing my laptop, by the way, with all the seawater here, but that's all right. It's worth it. And I have a whelk who's kind of going back into his shell, but he's all slimy right there. Whoop, squirting away. So that's my little whelk, sea slug. So those are the animals that I'll be bringing around. It's a little different than the biomedical field for sure, but these animals all have regenerative abilities and they're super cool. And I want to teach people about the ocean and these animals. So that's what I do and am doing. And for the holidays, you can see that we have our tree here. My son is 10 years old. He's my helper at Seascapes, collecting all the animals. And he also likes to make an ornament every year. So we always do a little ornament that he makes personally. So our tree is covered in that, in his artwork. And I also like White Christmas. I don't know if anybody's seen that one, but it's an old classic with Bing Crosby and Rosemary Clooney. That's one of my favorite Christmas movies.
Yes, thank you so much. I think I saw it in my Netflix feed yesterday. So if you haven't seen it, it's, I believe, on Netflix. And thank you so much, Carly, for bringing all of the friends with you. That was super cute.
Of course.
Sure. And next person we have is Adam Fallon.
Hi, how's it going? I don't have a Christmas sweater, so I wore a Christmas sweatshirt. It's Mickey Mouse. If you can see, it says, "Let's get this party started." So for anyone who's drinking, going right along with that, I just have a glass of wine, keeping it a little relaxed. I got to make dinner for the kids when my wife's working. But, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. It's nice to hear everyone and what they have going on. I'm a vice president and risk consultant with USI Insurance Services. So I'm on the risk management insurance side of the world. My background's a little bit different. I'm actually a mechanical engineer by degree. I came into the industry later in my career, and my focuses are life sciences and advanced manufacturing. I like to get into things that just interest me, when it comes down to it. I just, so I'm genuinely fascinated by what people are doing and all the different things that people are doing within this group. I think it's great. I love seeing anything that can, help a variety of people throughout the world and just intrigue my mind when it comes down to it. Some of the coffee hours have been really interesting to hear people and what they're doing, like the machine that makes sound, like it makes a vibration, like a baby gets a baby to sleep in a car and things like that. I love that stuff. So anyway, so we in general provide risk management services for companies of all shapes and sizes, whether that's, it could be big pharma, that could be contract manufacturing, that could be all sorts of different things. But ultimately, our goal is to make people's lives as easy as possible so that they can focus on what they do and what their dreams are and operating their business as compared to worrying about the insurance and risk management. Let's be honest, who wants to worry about those things? Nobody. Insurance is one thing you buy that you never ever want to use and you hate paying for it. So our goal is to help people, my goal really is to advocate and educate for people to make sure it's as easy as possible for them and just to have a little fun along the way. I know that's challenging, I get it with insurance, but we find a way to make it happen. And last but not least, my favorite traditions all revolve around food. I mean, I can't help it. Sorry, just love it. Chicken parm dinner on Christmas Eve is a huge one for me. Cinnamon buns on Christmas morning, and then basically all the Christmas cookies. And that can be starting in November all the way through January. I don't care. I just love cookies. So that's all I got.
Thank you so much, Adam. It sounds like the cinnamon rolls are kind of a tradition in Maine, or maybe all over the United States. And insurance, everybody needs it, and we have insurance through USI. So thank you for being a partner for us. Okay, next person we have is Paul Fitzpatrick, and I saw Paul somewhere.
Hi, everyone. Actually, I wasn't expecting to do this. So in any event, I'm glad to be here. Let's see, Christmas traditions. So our family really celebrates a lot on Christmas Eve. And we sort of just graze all evening long. We have more, appetizers and little tidbits, that we just sort of snack on the whole night and have some great cocktails and things like that. Favorite movie has to be The Christmas Story. That has got to be one of the funniest Christmas movies we watch it over and over and over again. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but that's a great one. So in any event, that's a little bit of our Christmas stuff, and I couldn't find my worst Christmas sweater. It was buried someplace. Haven't been able to put my hands on it. So in any event, so as Anishka announced, my name is Paul Fitzpatrick, and I have been involved with healthcare services, medical devices for many years. Have started a number of companies, from emergency medical services companies through molecular testing devices to endovascular catheters. So kind of the gambit of biotech and medical devices. But recently, I just joined the team of Maine Center for Entrepreneurs, and I am heading up their bio startup initiative as part of the EDA grant they received to start the Maine Bio Cluster Center. So we're really excited about that. Just getting my feet wet, so there'll be a lot more to come on what that program is all about. But in a nutshell, we're developing a program similar to the Top Gun program that MCE has provided for many years, which is a terrific program, to really focus though on life sciences, biotech, medical devices, startups in Maine, and to help usher them from everything from the innovate side, from ideation all the way through commercialization, help with funding, and really get them to establish themselves here in Maine. And Anishka has been just so wonderful to work with. I'm relatively new to the Maine life sciences community, but over the past 12 months, she's introduced me to all sorts of people, and it's been fantastic. It's just, just a wealth of great people in the space and professionals and opportunities. So I can't say thank you enough to Anishka and BioME.
Thank you so much, Paul. And if you guys are interested in knowing a little more of what Paul's doing now in Maine, he will be a featured speaker at our January coffee hour that's coming to you, I think January the 14th. We'll be sending some information about that later this week. So more to come from Paul. Thank you. And next person we have is Todd Keeler, our friend from MMCRI.
So that's a good segue, Paul. I'll get to you last. So as Nat Whitney said, I'm kind of one of the old ones here, but I did work with Nat in Medfield, Mass in the early 80s when he first started going over to China under the Corning flag. But now I'm the Director of Intellectual Property and Tech Transfer at Maine Medical Center, Maine Health. I'm confused now because it's expanding so much. I've been a member of Bioassociated Maine so long ago that we called it BAM with a lousy logo until Agnisha came along and really sparked this up. So Caitlin, I do work with Lucy Liao's lab, and a shout out to Ann Breja, who's on the line here, who's a board member of Bioassociated Maine, I think, and worked with those people at MMCRI. But now there's been a new innovation center that Susan Ahern, who's also on, is the new VP of the Innovation Center. There's a whole bunch of new things going on there. So my role has expanded actually across the whole health system. So we're working on an invention from a nurse in Waldo to a new procedure in Western Maine to a lot of things going on at the hospital all around improving patient care. Some of the new things that have gone on, we've had for 5 cohorts now, an innovation cohort that Jen Monty had been running that was funded from MTI. Thank you, MTI, for that. We have an innovation elective for med students to get exposed to more business concepts. The RU Blender series, partnering with RU at Northeastern. All of these have been new since Susan, well, these last few since Susan has come on board. We have a new innovation fund where we can finance some of the early stage ideas with proof of concept. And thank you for a certain Maine angel who we met with yesterday, who made a donation to our fund. Thank you very much. And through Bioassociation of Maine, making these contacts, we had an invention come out of our emergency room around a special tent for managing COVID patients coming in from the ambulance, being transported to a different size bed in the ER, and then a different size bed in the hospital. So we found Thermoplastics of New England and Biddeford. And because of Bioassociation of Maine, I've known Dave Eagleson for a number of years because we needed to ventilate this tent, obviously. So Baker has been really doing an amazing job of partnering with us to hopefully get this product out on the market soon. I am a board member of the Maine Center for Entrepreneurs, and I will be helping Paul on this EDA grant. He'll do the bio startups. I'll be working on bio innovate, so we'll be able to be doing things around intellectual property and licensing and helping with early stage technologies. Traditions, we always watch It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart, and I married a daughter of a French-Canadian couple in Westbrook. And so tourtière is a meat stuffing that is a tradition. I just eat it. I don't know how to make it, but it's a great tradition that we have both Thanksgiving and on Christmas.
Thanks so much, Todd. And Todd is everywhere, and we really appreciate that you're there for us. And it's great to hear about all the holiday movies that you guys like. There's really a nice thread there of movies. Okay, we're gonna move on. Next on our list is Adina Berkowick. Adina?
Hi, how are you? I'm going to first start by saying what my holiday drink is to get it kind of out of the way. It's not as exciting as everyone else's drinks, but it's hot cocoa with plenty of toppings and whipped cream, like all the toppings. So that's typically my favorite holiday tradition. So let me introduce myself. My name is Adina Berkowitz, and I am the founder and executive director of Lyme TV, a tick-borne disease education nonprofit in Portland. And my job is to make you fear ticks. So I talk about ticks all day, even though I have arachnophobia. My background is in nonprofit management and in public health. And during my time as executive director for Lyme TV, I have served on the Department of Defense's congressionally directed medical research programs on their tick-borne disease research panel as a scientific consumer reviewer, helping to allocate $5 million in federal funding for tick-borne disease research. So I'm pretty serious about being a tick Jedi. Lyme TV is a scientifically focused public health organization that relays the latest robust science about Lyme disease and other tick-borne pathogens. Our programs include free school tick health education programs, community health events targeted to the underrepresented of our community, and a number of film projects, including an ongoing documentary on the emerging science of Lyme disease. Ticks are a public health epidemic, and Maine currently has the highest incidence of Lyme disease in the United States for the last 4 years. Other prevalent tick diseases are here as well. And I moved here from Miami I know some people were talking about being from away. I moved here from Miami under 4 years ago. So it's like, who does that, right? Moving from Miami to Tick Central. Lyme disease is a very dangerous infectious agent and can do serious damage to the body if not treated early and properly. And other tick diseases can kill you quickly. While a large number of patients treat Lyme disease with a standard course of antibiotics, nearly 20% of cases annually result in persistent symptoms. The scientific understanding of why the disease sometimes produces persisting symptoms continues to evolve. Borrelia strain variation may be the most significant contributing factor to clinical outcomes, but there are other determinants to the course of this complex disease. I'm speaking here today to increase awareness about our work in the community and to learn about scientific research that may be relevant to our mission. Please visit our website, lymetv.org, to learn more, and feel free to reach out if you have any questions.
Thank you so much. Very informative, very well structured presentation too, Adina. I also wanted to mention that we have a really cool Q&A live with middle school students with Chucky Bilczek from MMCRI, all about Lyme and ticks. And I have to say, you know, I'm way past middle school age, but I learned a lot. And the kids had some really awesome questions. We talked about the Lone Star tick, which scared the
the hunter tick. It goes after your CO2. And while I'm here, just real quick, let me tell everyone, because there's a lot of misconceptions about ticks. And one of the largest that I've heard from people in Maine is that they think dog ticks are safe ticks because they don't transmit Lyme disease, and dog ticks are not safe ticks. They transmit Ehrlichia and tularemia and anaplasma and other types of diseases that can be transmitted to humans. So if you ever find a tick embedded in you, please save the tick, send it immediately for testing. You want to know what pathogens you may have been at risk for. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. This is what I do.
Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to move on because we don't have much time left. Next is Nicholas Matlock. Hi.
Hello, my name is Nick. I am the infectious disease supervisor at the State of Maine Public Health Lab, where I oversee all the infectious disease testing for the state. I'm also the bioterrorism coordinator for the state as well. And right now I'm on the state incident command system for the COVID-19 response, where I'm managing the public-private partnership between the state and IDEX to conduct COVID-19 testing at the state level, where we've increased capacity from about 30,000 samples a year to 200,000 samples year to date for COVID-19 testing. My favorite movie this time of year is Die Hard, and my favorite drink this time of year is whiskey with a single ice cube.
Thank you so much, and thank you for being here. And I have to say, I'm a big fan of Die Hard too, even though some people might say it's not a holiday movie. It is, okay? It happens at Christmas. Thank you again. We're moving on. Allie Whalen from ALT.
Hello, I am with ALT. ALT stands for American Laboratory Trading. I am their marketing and bio program manager, and I have been here for 2 months, so started mid-COVID. ALT is the largest reseller of refurbished lab equipment in North America. We stock over 10,000 instruments ranging from small benchtop accessories like hot plates, balances, and centrifuges, all the way up to larger pieces like safety cabinets, low temp freezers, mass specs, GCs, and LCs. We are the preferred biobusiness solutions vendor for surplus equipment, and we also buy premium refurbished lab equipment. We help companies monetize their lab and surplus lab equipment, and we are an Agilent channel partner, which makes us the only reseller in the US who sells Agilent factory refurbished equipment. And my go-to holiday tradition is a pomegranate pear martini, which I will share the recipe for.
Please do. This has been like a bank of cocktail recipes. And I also wanted to mention that ALT is one of our vendors for our cost savings program. And we do, if you're a BioME member, you are eligible for some great discounts. So check it out on our website. We are moving to Terry Johnson.
Hello, good evening, everybody. So yeah, I'm Terry Johnson. I am an independent consultant, but I've spent 35 years in the advanced technology industry in doing all things innovation, product development, product definition, those types of things. Probably more importantly, relative to this particular group, I contract with MCE and manage their mentor network. And I work with Paul Fitzpatrick and Todd Keeler, and we try to provide mentors to entrepreneurs in the context of our programs there. And I'm always looking for experienced mentors. And in particular, I'm looking for life science mentors at this point in time. So if anyone's interested in mentoring, please contact me. In terms of the holiday world, well, you know, I like all the local stuff too. So I like the Manhattan. So the Manhattan is New England Distilling's gunpowder rye, distilled right here in Portland, combined with Lincoln and Maine's 93 vermouth, which is distilled in South Portland, and combine that with Venus Fizz House Bitter Cedric, and you've got your perfect wintertime drink. It's not just about Christmas. If you're looking for something on the gin side, by the way, Blue Baron Distilling in Rockland has got a great Christmas gin. So just, you know, some recommendations.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I think a lot of people know that Maine is such a great place for craft beers, but not everybody is aware of all the distilleries and other hard liquor type of places. So thank you. And we're big fans of Venus Fizz House too. So thank you. Okay, then we have John Boyd, who definitely wins Best Costume today.
Oh, that's awfully nice of you. Hello, everybody, and happy holidays. This is such a great time of year. It's so exciting as it gets darker and colder, and we turn inwards and become more cozy at home. I kind of feel like I'm broadcasting from Santa's workshop here. My wife has a craft kit business, and I'm in her studio, and so I'm surrounded by all kinds of great Christmas themed toys. I'm a senior associate with E4H Architects. We have an office in Portland. We've been in Portland for about 15 years. We used to be called Morris Switzer, if that's confusing to anyone, a long, long time ago. But we have about 8 offices around the country, and we are doing a lot of health science and technology work. I won't go into a list of some of the clients that we're working with. You can check out our website if you're interested. But I did want to share last month, Jeff Shantz, who was the Director of Health and Science Technology in our Boston office, published a webinar that's on our website, but I can send a link if people are interested. And it's about designing and building modular facilities for accelerating vaccine development, which is a pretty timely topic in this day and age. So if you guys are interested and want to check that out, I can provide the link to Angelica. It's interesting, all the things I had thought of to say, a lot of people have mentioned them, but I'm just a huge fan of the Charlie Brown Christmas movie. One of my favorite holiday dishes, which has gone all through our family. I'm from the Midwest. We moved here 17 years ago this week to Maine from Iowa, and it's a corn casserole, which probably only if you're from the Midwest or Iowa, you've ever had a corn casserole. One of the traditions that we have, my wife's been collecting Christmas ornaments since she was a little girl, actually. And we have a huge steamer trunk full of Christmas ornaments. And when I met my wife, we were living down in Boston. We were going to an office Christmas party, and we were supposed to bring an ornament to the Christmas party. So I bought two. I bought, and she's a huge fan of blue glass. And so I found an antique blue glass Christmas ball, and I put a ribbon on it, and I tied her engagement ring to it. And just before the party, I showed her the Christmas ball, and I said, "Do you think this will be okay for to give away to the holiday party tonight?" So that's how I proposed to my wife. And every year, that's the last ornament that goes on our tree, and our kids are all sick of the story, but we make a big deal out of placing that ball on the tree. So thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. And I see some great things in the chat. And Catherine Feed says, I am from Michigan and love corn casserole. There you go. So,
all right.
Who knows who that is? I want to say it is 5:30, but we still have about 2 or 3. If you folks need to go, thank you so much for joining us. We will still continue though. So if you have nothing to do, you can stay another 5 minutes. We have Toby Rasmussen going next.
Well, thank you for staying. So I've got my little Christmas ornament here, which doesn't come across all that well in Zoom. And I guess my sweater is sort of Christmassy, at least it's the spirit of Christmas. Anyways, so I've heard a lot of great things for Christmas. Again, my name's Tova Rasmussen, and my business is Partners Creating Growth, and I work with businesses to help them grow. I've got a branding team, new product development and commercialization team, and new market entry team, including moving into new states as well as moving into related markets. And one thing I did want to mention is both Terry, who spoke earlier, and myself have been working with Manufacturing Association. A lot of bioscience companies make things. We have and a lot of bioscience are doing really doing well. There's a lot of need right now. But if you're aware of companies that do need some help, there's a program that we've put together to help understand where to focus and also provide resources to implement mitigation plans that can help the business. And it's all designed to help businesses. And it's through, you may have read about it in the paper. I have a link. I'll try and post it on chat if anybody's still around. And it's let me see, who is it? It's Manufacturing Association, Maine MEP, and Advanced Manufacturing Center that are all working on it. So I did want to mention a trifle because every year, actually my partner's family asks me, I made the mistake of making a trifle one year. And I don't know how many of you know, but it's an English dessert, and it includes sherry, great amounts of sherry, great amounts of cake, raspberries, whipped cream, and also custard. And every year I have to make it. I have to figure out how to make it this year too. So, but the benefit, it is fun to make it. It's also even more fun to eat. So, and I don't know if anyone's mentioned A Christmas Carol. That's always fun. And I'm sure they've done it in movie format. So anyways, good to see you all and have a good holiday.
Thank you so much, Toby. I do love trifles, and there's so many possibilities. Okay, we have Julie Moulton from UNE. Julie? Okay, maybe Julie's taking a break. Oh. Okay, so maybe instead Bethany Fortier. Hey, Bethany. Bethany is our new board member, guys, so I'm so excited about that.
Thank you. Happy holidays, everybody. My name is Bethany Fortier. I'm a second-year graduate student in a research-intensive master's program that's a collaboration between Maine Medical Center Research Institute and the University of Southern Maine. And I do my research in the lab of Dr. Lucy Liao at MMCRI, where we study cardiovascular disease. My research is centered around a dietary modification, and it's shown a lot of promise in addressing 2 national health crises, obesity and cardiovascular disease, which, though they're still huge issues, they've been dwarfed by COVID. I've been energized to do this research and to learn, I would say largely through BioMaine, about career opportunities for science research here in Maine. And I love attending all of their events, obviously. I have many holiday traditions that I love, but one favorite that I will share today comes from my family in Stavanger, Norway. And it involves a 2-day process of making traditional, very indulgent cookies with ingredients like cardamom and eggs and cream. They're called Fattigman's buckles, which translates to poor man's cakes. And despite the name, they are delicious and addicting, and they give a fantastic opportunity for our family to enjoy each other and a special treat over those 2 days.
Thank you so much, Bethany. I definitely sense a little bit of like a Scandinavian vibe at today's event for some reason. Lots of people with Scandinavian roots, I guess. Okay, so Julie, I think Julie, you just rejoined. Okay, I think we might have some audio problems. Anyway, I think we're gonna stop here. Thank you so much for joining us today. I think this was super fun. If you agree, do thumbs up. Okay, no pressure, right? I am really looking forward to working with all of you in 2021. We have a lot of events planned, lots of events even coming in January and February. There will be an event about the COVID vaccine. We're trying, you know, as the bioscience community of Maine, we're trying to weigh in and address some fears and myths. So be on the lookout for this. And I just wanted to wish everybody a happy holiday, and maybe we'll do some kind of speed dating like this in 2021 again, if we can't meet in person, because I think it's working. And once again, tomorrow we'll be sending out all the contacts. So if you're interested in connecting with anybody, please feel free. Other than that, we'll see you all in 2021. Thank you so much.